This lecture is for education purpose, and today I am going to talk on crystal field theory CFT TYBSc 332, that is inorganic chemistry topic crystal field theory. Myself Dr. A. N. Jagdale, Head Department of Chemistry, RBNB College, Shirampur. Introduction to crystal field theory, short form is CFT. This theory was developed by H. Bethe and von Welk in 1929 to study the properties of metal complexes. According to scientists H. Bethe and von Welk, when coordination compound is formed, metal has a positive charge and ligand possesses lone pair of electrons, and there is electrostatic attraction between positively charged metal ion and lone pair of electrons from the ligands. Ligands like fluoride, then chloride, then bromide, then OH minus, then water molecule, then ammonia molecule. They are attracted towards the positively charged metal ions and they possess a lone pair of electron. There is a development of positive and negative charge, means delta positive and delta negative, and negative charge is attracted towards the positive charge of the metal, and there is a formation of bond. That bond is 100% ionic bond. That bond is 100% ionic bond. Means according to this CFT, when bond formed between metal and ligand is 100% ionic bond, and that bond is not a covalent bond or coordinate bond, but that bond is 100%, means purely 100% ionic bond formation is occur according to this CFT, means H. Bethe and von Welk. This type of ionic bond formation occur in coordination compounds, generally in the transition metals, means D block elements. You know that transition metal series, scandium to the zinc, yttrium to the cadmium, then lanthanum to the, then here third series and fourth series elements of the D block elements. Here there is use of d orbitals, and there are 5 d orbitals. These 5 d orbitals are represented as a dxy, then dxz, then dyz, then dx square minus y square and dz square. These are the 5 types of d orbitals. First one is dxy, second dxz, third dyz, then dx square minus y square and dz square. If you see the shape of these molecules, orbitals, here first 3d orbitals are lower leaf shape. They are lower leaf shape, and remaining 2d orbitals are dumbbell shape. These 3d orbitals means dxy, dxz and dyz, they lie in between the axis, whereas here these 2d orbitals means dx square minus y square and dz square, they lie along the axis. And the shape of these 5d orbital, first 3 are lower leaf shape, and it is represented as, suppose this is x axis, this one is y axis, and their arrangements are represented like this. Here positive positive, here negative negative, and this is a dxy orbital, and it is lower leaf shape. Then if you consider the dxz, here this is x-axis supposed to be, and this is a z-axis. This type of arrangement is occur. Here is a positive positive, and here is a negative negative. This is a dxz. If you consider the dyz, in dyz orbital, this is suppose y-axis and this is a z-axis. Here is a positive positive, and here is a negative negative, and this is dyz. These are the 3d orbitals. their lobes are in between the axis. They are lower leaf shape, and these are the structures of first 3d orbital. First one is dxy, second is dxz, third one is dyz. If you consider, then remaining 2d orbital, one is dx square minus y square and second is dz square. These orbitals lie here along the axis. Suppose this axis is x-axis, this one is y-axis, and this is z-axis. Then along the x-axis, there positive, positive, and here negative, negative, and this is called as dx square minus y square. And their lobes lie along the axis. Here dx square minus y square along the x-axis and y-axis, and their shapes are dumbbell shape. Then if you consider the dz square orbital, in dz square orbital, suppose this is x-axis, this one is z-axis, here is positive and here is positive, and here node formation small, that is negative, and this is dz square axis. That orbital is dz square, and that lie along the z-axis, and these are the 5d orbitals. When coordination compound is formed according to the CFT, that 5d orbitals are divided into two sets. One is called as a T2G set and second is known as EG set. In T2G, here 3d orbitals are there. One is a dxy, second is a dxz, and third is a dyz. In EG set, there are 2d orbitals. One is a dx square minus y square and second is a dz square. Here 3d orbitals, they lie in between the axis, means dxy, dxz and dyz, and they are lower leaf shape. Whereas EG set orbitals means dx square minus y square and dz, they are a dumbbell shape and they lie along the axis. And these are the two sets of the d orbital, means 5d orbitals split into two sets. One is a T2G set and second is known as EG set. Then what are the assumptions of crystal field theory? Means next point is assumptions of crystal field theory. Next point is assumptions of crystal field theory. First assumption of crystal field theory: when coordination compound is formed, metal possesses positive charge and ligands possesses lone pair of electron. Second assumption of crystal field theory is that here ligand donate lone pair of electrons, means negative side towards the positive metal ions, and there is a formation of ionic bond. Then third assumption of crystal field theory is that the bond formed in crystal field theory is 100% ionic bond, and there is no formation of coordinate bond or covalent bond formation. There is 100% ionic bond formation is there. Then fourth assumption for crystal field theory is that there is electrostatic attraction between metal and ligand. Reason is that here metal is a positive charge and ligand's negative end, means delta negative, is attracted towards the positive end, and there is a positive negative attraction and bond formation is occur there. Then fifth assumption of crystal field theory is that when there is attraction between metal ion and ligand, here there is a repulsion in between the electrons of the metal positively charged and ligand negative charge end, and when there is repulsion between electron, reason is electrons are the negative, then these 5d orbitals actually in free state they are degenerate. Degenerate means the same energy split into two set. One is T2G set and second is EG set. In T2G set, these 3d orbitals are there: dxy, dxz and dyz, and in each set 2d orbitals are there. One is dx square minus y square and second is dz square, and these are the assumptions of the crystal field theory. Means formation of positive and negative metal positive and ligand negative delta. Then there is attraction between positive and negative charge. Then 100% ionic bond formation is there. Then metal positive and ligand negative, that positive negative electrostatic attraction is there. That electrostatic attraction is due to the charge on metal is positive and ligand is negative. And then next one, electrons present in metal ion and ligands, there is a repulsion, and sixth assumption is that when there is a repulsion between the electron, 5d orbitals split into two sets, means degeneracy is break into two sets. One is known as a T2G set and second is known as EG set. T2G set contain 3d orbitals, they are dxy, dxz, dyz, and EG set contain 2d orbital, one is dx square minus y square and second is dz square orbital. And that is the introduction and assumptions of crystal field theory. Next point is applications of crystal field theory for various types of geometries and coordination compound. First one is application of crystal field theory for octahedral complexes. Our next point is application of crystal field theory CFT to octahedral complex. It is represented as OH. Octahedral complex is represented like this. This is x-axis, here is y-axis, and this middle is z-axis. Then suppose one ligand is here, second is here, then third ligand is here, fourth here, and then in between this, here this type of arrangement is occur. And at the center position there is a metal ion. And this is the arrangement for octahedral complex. In octahedral complex, metal is at the center position. Then 6 ligands are surrounded by that metal or metal ion. In the structure, metal is at the center position, and these are the 6 ligand. This is ligand 1, this is suppose ligand 2, this is ligand 3, this is ligand 4, this is ligand 5, and this is ligand 6. All these are the what? 6 ligands. These 6 ligands are at the regular apices or corners to the octahedron. You know the octahedral structure is actually represented here. Metal is at the center position. Then one ligand is above the plane, second is below the plane, and this type of arrangement is occur in octahedral complex. Here metal is at this center and 6 ligands are at the regular corners of the octahedron. This structure and that structure is one and the same. In this structure, metal is at the center position and these 6 ligands are surrounded. Out of that, in octahedral, all that 6 ligands are on the axis. This is x-axis. Suppose here is a positive, then this one is negative. This is plus, then this y is minus. This plus z and here minus z, and all ligands lie on the axis. They lie on the axis or along the axis. And in this structure, here metal is at the center position. To the regular square, 4 ligands are present. one ligand is above the plane and second ligand is below the plane. One ligand is above the plane and second ligand is below the plane. Example is, suppose there is a formation of here Cr H2O6 3 plus complex ion. There is formation of Cr H2O6 3 plus complex ion. In this complex ion, here chromium 3 plus is at the center position, means metal ion is at the center position. There are 6 ligand, means water molecules, they are surrounded to the central metal and charge on that complex is equal to 3 plus. It is represented in square bracket. It is represented. All 6 ligands, means water ligands, are to the regular corners of the octahedron. And at the center position, chromium metal ion is present. When ligands approach to the central metal atom or ion, in this case chromium is central metal ion. When free state, then that 6 d orbitals, they are dxy, dxz, dyz, then dx square minus y square and dz square. Their energies are same, means that energy is degenerate, and crystal field splitting is represented. Here is energy and 5d orbitals. When metal ion is free state, it is represented. These are the 5d orbitals and this is for the free ion, that is known as metal ion. When ligands approach to the central metal ion and they try to come close metal ion, there is hypothetically increase in energy. And again these 5d orbitals 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 remains as a degenerate. Degenerate means same energy or their energy is same. But when there is a formation of ionic bond between metal and ligand, 5d orbitals split into 2 sets. One is called as Eg and second is known as T2G. This is T2G and this is Eg. What are T2G orbitals? There are 3 T2G orbitals. One is dxy, dxz, dyz. Second Eg orbital set is Eg. There are 2d orbitals. One is dx square minus y square and second is dz square. The distance between these two sets of orbital, it is represented as 10 dq. It is represented as 10 dq. Then this dashed line indicate this is average energy. This energy is average energy. From average energy to Eg set, distance is represented as plus 6 dq. It is represented as plus 6 dq, and distance between that T2G and average energy is equal to minus 4 dq and total is equal to 10 dq. Total is equal to 10 dq and this is called as octahedral arrangement. In octahedral arrangement, T2G orbital has lower energy as compared to Eg orbital. In octahedral arrangement means 6 ligands when surrounded to the central metal ion, and when there is a splitting of 5d orbitals into 2 sets, one is T2G and second is Eg. This is octahedral arrangement. This arrangement is octahedral arrangement. The distance between T2G and Eg is represented as 10 dq. Then from average energy to Eg is plus 6 dq. And then from T2G to average energy it is minus 4 dq. This is the free ion. This is the first step, means step number 1, hypothetical increase in energy. This is in the free state. When metal ion is in free state, 5d orbitals remain as it is called as a degenerate. When ligand approach to the central metal atom or ion, there is increase in energy, but all that 5d orbitals are again degenerate, means energy is same. But when bond is formed, that in octahedral field 5d orbitals split into two sets, one is T2g and second is EG, and their distance in between that EG and T2g orbital is equal to 10 dq. You know that T2g orbitals are dxy, dxz, dyz. EG orbitals are dx square minus y square and dz square. Then distance between average energy and EG is equal to plus 6 dq, and from that T2g to average energy is equal to minus 4 dq. Actually, here two types of fields are there. One is known as weak field and second is known as strong field. Strong field means distance is more, and it depends upon the what type of metal ion is there and what type of ligands are surrounded by central metal ion. When ligands are smaller in size but charges are more, like cyanide ligand, then there is a formation of a strong field. When ligands are like chloride, fluoride, bromide, iodide, etc., then weak field is there. And in strong field and weak field, suppose this is a weak field, then in strong field EG orbital is here and here T2g orbital, that is T2g and EG, and this is called as a strong field for octahedral, and second is known as weak field for the octahedral. Again, the distance between the T2g and EG is equal to plus 10 dq. From average energy to EG is plus 6 dq, and average energy to the T2g is equal to minus 4 dq. In strong field, here splitting is more, means repulsion is more, and this is called as strong field. If you consider, suppose there is a D4 system is D4, means 4 electrons are in 5d orbitals. What are that 5d orbitals? dxy, dxz, dyz, dx square minus y square, and suppose dz square. These 4d electrons are represented, one electron here, second electron here, third electron here, and fourth electron here. Okay? Then in octahedral field, T2g is at the ground state, and these 4 electrons are represented, one here, then second electron here, and third electron here, and fourth electron goes here. That is weak field. This distance is smaller. Therefore, one electron from ground state is easily promoted to the EG orbital. EG has higher energy. But when strong field is formed, in strong field, one electron here, second here, third here, and fourth electron goes to the again pairing and not to the excited state or higher energy. Therefore, strong field is also known as low spin complex. Strong field is low spin complex, and weak field is known as a high spin complex. Here spin is 1/2 plus 1/2 plus 1/2 plus 1/2. But here spin, here 1/2 plus and minus 1/2 is equal to 0. Then plus 1/2 and plus 1/2 means strong field is known as what? Low spin, and here weak field is known as high spin complex. Means two types of fields are there. One is known as weak field. This is weak field, means distance is less from what? T2g and EG orbital. And in strong field, the distance is more between T2g orbital and EG orbital. And there are two types of what? Fields. One is known as strong field and second is weak field, and that strong field and weak field depends upon the what type of central metal ion is there. More be the charge on metal ion and smaller be the size, then strong field is formed. Again, it depends upon the position of ligands in spectrochemical series. You know that in spectrochemical series, cyanide is first, then there is ethylene diamine, then there is ammonia, then water molecule, then OH minus, then fluoride, chloride, bromide, iodide, etc. ligands are there, and according to that, here cyanide forms the strong field and here halides forms the weak field, and these are the two types of fields in the octahedral complex. And in octahedral arrangement, it is represented as OH. This means octahedral field. In octahedral field, T2Eg is at the ground state and Eg is at the excited state. 5d orbitals split into two sets, one is T2G and second is Eg, and that is the application of crystal field theory in splitting, then determination of number of unpaired electrons, then position of electrons, how ligands approach to the central metal atom, and from that you can determine or calculate crystal field stabilization energy, means stability of the complex. Short form is represented as crystal field stabilization energy, that is CFSE, for various types of arrangements, means octahedral complex, then tetrahedral complex TD, then square planar complex SQ, and all these are the symbols for the various types of arrangement. OH means octahedral, TD means tetrahedral, 4 ligands are surrounded and arrangement is tetrahedral. SQ means square planar, it is also represented as a delta S, delta T and delta O. It is also represented as delta O, delta T and delta S, and in these arrangements you can find out strong field, weak field, then number of electrons present, then what is the ground state and what is excited state. Either that complex is strong field or weak field or high spin or low spin, and from that you can also calculate the magnetic behavior of the complex, and that is application of CFT to the octahedral complex. And example for octahedral complex, just here see not CrH2O6 3+ complex ion. Okay, I hope that is enough for the octahedral complex. Thank you.